Hello everyone, hello. Just give me one moment. Okay, I see that there's no one here yet, but okay, just give it a minute. See if people join. Good morning, or good afternoon or evening if you are going to be watching this later. Just gonna, while I wait for some of you to join, okay, I am going to get this link and let's see. Hello, welcome. If you have compass and paper and a pencil, that would be useful, or you can of course just watch me and just see. Okay, I'm gonna open the chat on my laptop so that I can see it, because I am streaming from my iPad. Yeah, so please, if you're here, and I see now 3 people are here, 3 beautiful souls, please write on the chat your name, tell me your name, where you are watching from, and okay. All right, and we're gonna get started. So welcome, thank you for being here. And what you're looking at here today is, anybody knows? You can put it in the chat. I'm just gonna give you a few seconds, see if anybody knows what this is. Does anybody know what this sacred geometry shape is? What is called? I have so much stuff all over. No? Okay, so this is a merkaba sacred geometry, which is formed by 2 interlocking tetrahedrons. And I'll show you. Let's see if I can put it in on the camera here. This is a tetrahedron that I made with paper, cardboard paper. So a tetrahedron has 4 sides, that's why it's tetra, 4 sides. And it has this pyramid shape, 3 sides and a base, and they're all the same. So the merkaba has 2 interlocking tetrahedrons, one pointing up and one pointing down. And this is this is a sacred geometry shape that is essential in the universe and in light coming into form through this sacred geometry. So, and it's so gorgeous. And this one was I purchased it from someone who makes them by hand, and I will write his name and his Instagram on the description of this video in case any of you would like to purchase or at least look him up one of these. He also creates other sacred geometry shapes, and I have more as well from him, but I won't show that to you today. So we're just gonna focus on the merkaba. So what does it bring up on you? Hi, Connie. Yeah, it's beautiful, I know. What does it bring up on you? What does it awaken in you when you look at it? If you want to tell me in the comments, what does it awaken on you? And I know I kind of just jumped into the into this merkaba. It's so beautiful, I couldn't stop myself. But I just want to say, so, hi everyone, Happy New Year. My name is Marisa Galisteo, and I am a lover of higher consciousness. And of course, sacred geometry is a big part of that. And yeah, anything and everything that has to do with elevating our consciousness, I am passionate about. So that's also why I paint mandalas. So this symbol, it can be a symbol, right? That symbolizes in many traditions and cultures and in the spiritual world as well, is the interlocking and bringing into balance and harmony of the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine. The sacred masculine would be the tetrahedron that's pointing downward, and the sacred feminine would be the one that's pointing up. So the feminine is receiving, the masculine is acting upon. And here they are both coming into perfect harmony in this merkaba, sacred geometry. So what if I told you that if you collapse this 3D, this is a 3D structure right here. If you collapse this 3D into a 2D, into a plane, what you have is this. Let's see if it's gonna be in the camera. Let me just remove. Just gonna bring this over here. Okay. And so what you have is this. Can you see that from that 3D we get to this in 2D? This is the double tetrahedron. It's the double star tetrahedron, also called the Star of David. But this doesn't belong really to any religion, even though, you know, we humans do whatever we want to do with these things. But this is obviously, as I said earlier, this is a divine shape, and it is a bridge between light and form. How light structures itself to generate form is through sacred geometry structures like this one. So what if I told you that we can draw that very easily on the seed of life that we drew the other day. So Connie, I know you were here for the last life, and we drew, let's bring this closer. We drew the seed of life. Just rearranging things here so that it can be in the center of the stream there. We drew the seed of life, which is formed. So first we drew this circumference, and then we drew the other 6 circles around. So it's a total of 7 circles. And then we took these shapes that show up here as we draw this. There's naturally occurring shapes, and we use those shapes to start creating different mandala patterns to see how we could do that. So I drew this, I painted this one here just with simple brush strokes, and then this one which was a little bit more fun, maybe. Okay, the same shape filled with 2 different patterns or elements. And also I was showing how we can just color in if you don't have paint, or you can just play with this by coloring in these petals. So what if I told you that from the seed of life we can draw the double star tetrahedron, the 3D merkaba collapse into 2D? Let's look at that. Let's do that. Connie, you said, I just read the chat, curiosity. It evokes curiosity for you. Okay. Beautiful. So, I don't know if you can see, because I get all this, the light and the shade from my, okay. So there's this place here, this intersection and this intersection, and down here, same intersections, down here, here, and here. So let's take our ruler and bring these 2 points together. Oops, I went over. And then from each one of these, we're gonna come to the vertex, this vertex here. Okay. And then from here to here. Okay, have this. Okay, there we go. It's not going exactly. Okay, I didn't. The paint is raising the paper. Anyway, we don't have to do this perfectly right now. I just want to show you how the double star tetrahedron arises from the flower, from the seed of life pattern. And then we will bring these 2 together, and here. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but we do have probably, I mean, I could use, let me just use this. I don't know how this is gonna work, this highlighter. I think maybe this is too much. No, let me just do a color, let's do one in blue. Try to make it bold so we can see it better. Okay. And then we'll see what other colors I have here. I have orange. So again, the triangle pointing down, representing the masculine, and the triangle pointing up, representing the feminine. Oops. Okay, there we have them. I hope you can see them. So, and of course, it's not surprise if we think about it a little bit, how the tetrahedron is inside of the seed of life, because again, everything is coming from source. So source is creating these patterns so that light can take form into shapes and into the 3D world. So of course they're all related. They all can be derived from each other. So I find that fascinating and so beautiful. Okay. So that's one thing I wanted to show you today here on this room. And now I just wanted to see, well, we have Connie, you're here, and there's apparently, no, the other person must be myself. So, so yeah, I don't know, do you have any questions, Connie? If not, I will just do some brushstroke painting or some dotting here. Oh, Connie, you said you're opening my eyes to things I've never thought about. Okay, beautiful. And it sounds like it's inspiring for you. That's what's important to me, that you are inspired. And you know, when we look at these shapes, really, like, we can see ourselves there. So somehow there's a part of us that is beyond the mind that can recognize these shapes as part of who we are and part of like what nature is. Connie says, yeah, the meaning of it all is very enlightening. Yes. So when we look at it, that's why it's like so like beautiful and so like mesmerizing. It's because we are recognizing something that is intrinsic to all form, to the universe. Even though the mind might not have learned that at school, we know it in our hearts, in our body. It's what's called that inner knowing. We know it. Okay, so let's do some painting now. Let me just get these other tools that I'm not going to need and bring the ones that I want to need. And I have my tools over here, so you can see. Okay. Yes, so I have my brushes and my dotting tools here. Again, my container where the tools or the brushes go first